Hey there everybody, gideonstactical here, doing a review for you of the amazing Point Man by Blackhawk! Exclamation point. This knife definitely deserved that exclamation point that Blackhawk puts at the end of their logo, because this thing is awesome, it is wicked, it is going to do a ton of work for you, and is a monster and a beast, as well as it's put into such a good, just well-designed, strong folder. Going to give you some quick specs here. Right off the bat, we got an AUS 8A steel blade made in Taiwan. Nice and thick, I believe 1/8 of an inch thick. You have G10 scales, weighs 4.7 ounces. Liner lock. Closed length is 4.5 inches. Overall length is just under 8 inches. I believe it's like 7.75. And the blade is 3.4 inches long. Those are the basic specs for you. So this baby is definitely going to go to point, have your back, go before you in any situation that you may have, in my opinion. This is just an amazing blade. Going to just go ahead and start off from the beginning here. You got a flat grind. Not a full flat grind, not a hollow grind. I called the guys at Blackhawk. They were very helpful because it's very hard to figure out the weight. No website that I know of shows the weight, and it does not tell you the grind. So this is a flat grind blade. I've never really seen a pocket knife with a flat grind, which is going to give you very strong. It's razor sharp out of the box, and even after all this work and using it in a bunch of different camping adventures, hiking adventures, EDC, it's really maintained an edge very, very well, and it's a very strong edge, very strong knife. You got kind of not really a drop point, more of like a spear point design. Good belly though, as well as just good cutting edge, reinforced all the way through to the tips. You can see how strong, look at how strong that tip is. That thing is ridiculous with an unsharpened swedge here, but very thick, very strong blade. It maybe isn't going to be able to do as much delicate work as well as maybe some other knives, but this is going to be able to penetrate, stab really well. They sell this to you as a tactical blade, and I absolutely believe that this could be used as a tactical folding knife, as well as an awesome wilderness blade for around the campsite, and some survival tasks if you had to put it into that format. But just awesome, super strong. You're going to be able to stab, pierce really well, penetrate. It's going to do a great job with that. You got jimping on the blade itself, and this knife is just so well designed. It begs to have your thumb up there and, you know, to go to work, go to town, do your carving, do your whittling, do your working. And in fact, I want to cut right now to one of our latest outdoor excursions. I don't talk, I'm just going to want to show you just what this knife can do a little bit of hacking, feathering, chopping. So we're going to go ahead and cut on to the latest excursion here at Gideon's Tactical.
I don't know what it means exactly either. I mean, like a 22 short, it's like that big. So, I mean, you can buy, most 22, like, handgun pistols will fire 22 long rifles. The same. And then this is, most 22 rifles will shoot the 22 long rifles. It'll kill you, though, that's for sure. I might take it if I don't pop you in the head, but one round in the head, you'd definitely be dead. Be dead just like any other gun. What? Dazed. Maybe if you were wearing a helmet. You dingus.
Dude, don't put your wreck in my knife. Yeah, he's just doing some stock footage. You're recording that, aren't you?
Alright guys, I'm gonna go do my last 15 rounds.
So you can see all the different things that Point Man can do. I mean, this thing is just awesome. So the blade design is fantastic. Let's go ahead and go on to the handle. In Ergonomics, you have this awesome thumb ramp with great amount of jimping all over the place, back, front, back here in the finger choil, back here. So regardless if you're holding it in a reverse grip, reverse grip, you got good jimping back here and your finger's nice. Your pinky's in that finger choil, or if you're holding it this way, awesome thumb ramp. And right here, I mean, it is locked in. I have large size gloves, feels amazing in my hand. You know, I can do lots of detailed as well as hacking, kind of slicing and stabbing with that thumb ramp. I mean, that thing ain't going anywhere with that awesome amount of G10 traction. And then if I have to do that up close and personal, carving and whittling, this blade is just so well designed for that. With that thumb ramp, I can easily get over and get onto that second set of jimping on the blade and just do all that detail work amazingly well. Finger choil is fantastic, so that you can definitely stab and penetrate, and you're not going to accidentally ride up on the blade. So that is awesome, ergos. For large size hands, it is amazing. Let's go ahead and go into lock up. You have a liner lock here, extremely strong and thick, and there is no blade play. After lots of use, left, right, up, down, no wiggle whatsoever, and that blade, the liner lock, is going to do really, really well. It is right almost flush with the G10, so it does take a little bit for you to disengage, but I believe they did that on purpose for the tactical format, so you don't accidentally disengage it when you're stabbing and thrusting. I do believe that they made that on purpose that way, but it does have some jimping, and you can easily move it out of the way, but that's a very strong liner lock. Deployment, 2 thumb studs, really well designed, far from the G10, nice and tall and pronounced, easy to purchase, boom, whips out there. I don't even have to flick my wrist every time, super smooth, got brass bushings in there, washers, so it's going to stand the test of time, super long haul, and it's just super smooth. Reminds me of Spyderco's and Benchmade's on how smooth it is. And you put a little bit of wrist action in it, and it's out there just as fast as any open assist that we would know from Kershaw or SOG or any of those other companies. So the deployment is superb. Regardless if you're lefty or righty, those thumb studs are exactly the same and perfect. Let's go on to the weight. 4.7. Now that's a little heavy for me, and I don't necessarily prefer that. I prefer something under, 4 ounces, usually my max. But for large EDC or wilderness or tactical use, it's under 5, which is what a lot of cold steel products, if you get a full-size cold steel Recon 1 or a Lawman, a Lawman's about 4.5. So a Lawman's going to be right here in this area. The cold steel AK-47 full size is heavier than this by about a whole ounce. So 4.7 isn't bad, and you don't really feel it in your pocket, even if you're carrying it as EDC. And it is, it's a big honking blade. Definitely, it's going to take up some real estate in your pocket. But, you don't really feel it, and particularly if you're backpacking or hiking, this is just a superb, strong point man. Going to go to point for you in any task you kind of put it into. That G10 scales as well for the pocket clip. I was a little worried at first I was going to tear up your pocket, but they designed this pocket clip so well that it flexes just enough that when you put it in and out of your pocket, it doesn't really tear up your pocket too badly. Over a couple years, that G10 is going to thrash your pocket, but in the short run, it's not necessarily as bad as, say, some cold steel products, because this traction, I would say, is the same aggressiveness as cold steel, really aggressive G10. But the pocket clip has just enough flexibility that it doesn't thrash your pocket as badly. Tip up, tip down, left or right carry, awesome. So for both lefties and righties, tip up, tip down, gotta love that. Gonna ride relatively low too. You're not gonna have a ton of sticking up. You're gonna have probably about maybe half an inch sticking up, probably a little bit less. And it's really got a goofy lanyard hole. You can see there. You're gonna have to gut out some paracord. Normal paracord will not fit through there. Pillar construction as well. Centered perfectly. Just an overall amazing folder by Blackhawk. Now the only downside that I would say with this particular knife is the price. They want you to pay about $80 for this knife. You really can't find it. Every once in a while you might find a crazy good sale, but usually on Amazon, eBay, Blade HQ, Knife Center, they're all asking between $75 and $85 for this knife, and I think that's a little high for the AUS-8 steel. It holds an edge really well for all the work we put it through. That AUS-8 steel is really good, and it's a great budget steel, but it is a budget steel. For $85, I could get a full-size Griptilian almost, or other higher end, higher quality with better steel knives. So I think that's about $15 overpriced. If it was more in the $65 range, that would be a little better to stomach and easier for me to swallow. If you can, find it in, at any price, that's fine. And it's going to be a great knife for you. I think it's just a little bit overpriced. Put it on your Christmas list, birthday list. Have someone else fork over that $75 to $85. But if you're looking for a strong liner lock knife, I've never encountered one as strong, well-designed, ergonomic, and is going to stand the test and do the things that this Blackhawk Pointman can do. So, highly recommended by Gideon's Tactical. Just try and find it for as low as possible, because it's a little overpriced in my opinion. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and we will see you out there.